I'm ready, let's go.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. We got Mike Corrado outside of Madisonville, Louisiana, joining us today with Bandwagon's TV Joyride. Thank you, sir, very much for joining us with our Memorial Day weekend special. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks for having me.
Well, thank you from us, from Bandwagon TV, joining us obviously today for our Memorial Day weekend special. But again, also, thank you very much for your service, being a part of the Marine Corps.
Absolutely, thank you.
Mike, we're driving around Madisonville. If you don't mind explaining to our audience a little bit about who you are, your musical influences, and really how you became part of the Marine Corps.
You know, music and the military kind of went hand in hand, and it started with music. And I started from about second grade all the way through high school, playing drums and percussion. Was offered a music scholarship to go to East Carolina University in Greenville, North Carolina. And I realized if I did that, I probably would have dropped out of school, joined a band, and never finished college. So I wound up kind of buckling down, and I went to the Citadel, which is the military college of South Carolina, located in Charleston, South Carolina. And, while I was there, obviously drums and percussion are not conducive to barracks life and living in a very small room. So I bought a guitar and started teaching myself how to play. And at the time in Charleston, the music scene was just booming. You had artists and bands like Edwin McCain and Craven Mellon and Dylan Fence and Hootie the Blowfish. And all these bands were just really, starting to blow up down there. So a lot of that kind of creeped into some of my style. And to include like the Black Crowes and Driving and Crying, and just kind of that Southeast kind of blues, rock, Americana kind of feel. So, I got done with the Citadel, and then I wound up going into the Marine Corps. Got commissioned in the Marine Corps as a second lieutenant. I did 4 years on active duty, and towards the end, I was going out and playing in bars near Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, which is on the coast. So I was starting to play, little beach bars up and down the coast there of North Carolina, and then I wound up getting out of the Marine Corps, and then I went on tour full time, and we were playing 200, 250 shows a year. We had a manager. They managed us and the Whalers, and they started putting us in front of a bunch of, big artists and things like that. Things were going really well, released a couple CDs, living life on the road, and then 9/11 hit, and I got called back in after that. So got called back on to active duty, kind of put the band thing on hold for a while. And then once things got settled, I continued to write and record and things like that. So kind of did that for the next, all the way up until last November when I retired from the Marine Corps.
What an unbelievable, that's an unbelievable story. And obviously you've been through a lot. I mean, especially during 9/11 and then, being deployed. Do you come from a military background? I mean, in terms of family?
No, it's just something I just kind of felt the calling to do. Down at the Citadel, there's a lot of folks that do go into the military. I got to learn a little bit about all the branches down there, and I just felt at home with the Marine Corps, and it just fit right with me, and I gave it a shot, and I don't have any regrets.
Mike, you got a song that debuted, I saw one of your posts, came out 11 years ago. You had an actual video for it called Stand that was released on CMT. You got a line, too, that you mentioned, and I want to actually repeat this to the audience here. It says, in this song, Stand, that you wrote, everyone wants to be the hero, but some don't want to pay the price. If you think living free comes easy, just ask those who sacrifice. It being a Memorial Day, what does that mean to you?
It's bittersweet because it's a day, for me personally to reflect on the friends that I've lost. And also the sacrifices of many, and that's the bitter part. The sweet part is that you do get to have the day to reflect and share it with friends, and laugh and hug and just enjoy the day and the family and the camaraderie. So it's a special day. It's a somber day, but it's also a day, to have some fun, because I know, at least for me, the good friends that I've lost, they would want you to do so. So I know that there's all these things out there on social media about how you're supposed to spend the day and things like that, and I'm not one to preach. I just kind of do my own thing. I pay my own respects, just kind of go from there.
Well, thanks for sharing. But Memorial Day in terms of what it means to others, and I just really appreciate you sharing that, so thank you.
Sure.
We're driving around Madisonville, and I got to pull over because we're going to enter the lightning round.
Okay.
Okay.
It's best to do that while not driving.
Yeah, well, it's going to get intense, so we need you to fully focus, and I know you will. No doubt about it.
So just so you know, as we have pulled over into the small town of Madisonville, it's a little historic town right on the Chafuncta River. You've got the big trees with the cypress and the Spanish moss coming down, and it's a really cool little town. So just want to set the scene there.
Well, you're doing a great job at that, especially the Louisiana noises. I mean, coming from like the bayou, it's just Lake Pontchartrain. You can't beat it. It's crawfish season, folks. Maybe you'll take us to a boil.
Oh yeah, no, we got one fired up, ready to go.
Oh,
it's bubbling. You can smell it.
Let's pull over here and let's get into it. All right, Mike, before we get into the lightning round, we've had some success with just musicians plugging local businesses. We're here to help the small business, but particularly with these episodes, I really want to plug, whether it's veteran-owned, but just local small businesses. Do you have one in mind that you want to plug today?
I do. This company is based out of Virginia. They are called One Family Brewing, and they brew beer and they can it, and there's several types that they have in particular, and on that can they list hundreds of servicemen and women who were killed in action, and they do a great job with remembering the fallen and taking care of Gold Star families. They have all kind of events, and they take care of Gold Star family needs and things like that. But One Family Brewing, and you can find them online, and just a great organization.
Yeah, that's amazing. And how does the beer taste?
Amazing. They do an incredible job, and knowing that it's such good people and such a great cause, it just makes it even better.
Well, that is a great cause, especially for Gold Star families. That's remarkable. I've seen also you posting and helping them out, so thank you very much again for just mentioning them on our show. I got to get into it though. And this is where we start with the lightning round. Especially especially you being in the Marine Corps, I'm sure you've had a lot more than you've wanted. MRE, meals ready to eat. You got a favorite?
Back in the day when I was first in the Marine Corps as a young second lieutenant, I was an infantry guy, so we were in the field a lot, ate a lot of MREs, and I actually found like the omelet with ham and the tuna casserole to be some of my favorites, and most people hate those. But I don't know, maybe it's because I always, the leaders eat last and it's just kind of whatever's left over. But I don't know, I guess I grew to love them out of necessity.
Mike, I did this last year, and when I did research, I think the top 3 worst, chosen. All right, one at the top is the omelet, which you just mentioned. And then the second worst is the tuna noodles. I was hoping you were gonna say the jambalaya, but I guess that was I was just dreaming.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking.
I haven't heard of that one, but I do know that I never ate hot sauce until I joined the Marine Corps, because in every MRE there's a small bottle of Tabasco, and the Avery Island I think is about 2 hours from where I am now in Louisiana, which is where Tabasco comes from. So I guess it all comes full circle.
Certainly does. I saw you using that hot sauce with cheese and crackers.
It goes on everything.
I can see that. All right. On to better things. I have to ask you this. Crawfish or seared ahi tuna?
Wow. So I just had some crawfish tonight, and they were amazing. And I'm going to have to go with seared ahi tuna only because crawfish is a relatively short season. So to get them fresh, to get them the way that everybody likes to enjoy them, and it's just a short period. But you can pretty much get seared ahi tuna year round. So I think if I had to sustain myself, I would have to go with seared ahi tuna.
Good choice. I have to ask you this. You look like you can grill. You look like you can handle a kitchen. Am I wrong in saying that?
Nope. I like to cook. I like to make little cooking videos once in a while. I get my kids involved, and it's therapeutic, and you get to make up your own concoctions.
Okay, I know the lightning round's supposed to be quick, but I'm also very intrigued. Dish right now. You have to. It's your top dish. Your kids. It's something that they're picking when Dad is cooking. What's it gonna be? What's on the menu?
Yeah, I think it's spaghetti and meatballs, because you make the meatballs in a combination of pork, beef, and veal. And then when you make the pasta, usually on special occasions, but you make homemade pasta and you roll it out yourself and then you cut it. And there's nothing better than some fresh homemades.
I just had some tonight, so I will agree with you on that one. Especially as a kid, you gotta love spaghetti meatballs. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you're also a man who loves to do these things. You're just telling me, so it's kind of a giveaway, but I gotta ask you this. Crawfish boil or going fishing?
So I haven't actually done a boil myself. I've been studying it. I don't have the right pot. You gotta have the right burner and the right pot and all that kind of stuff. So, we just retired and moved back here last summer. So that's something I'm working on. But as far as fishing goes, I am up for that year round. I went today, caught some beautiful redfish, red drum. Yeah, I think I'll leave the boils up to my friends who can really master that, and I'll take them fishing.
Let me ask you. So I know you're on the North Shore. Is that where you went fishing? Is Lake Pontchartrain?
I actually leave out of Slidell.
Oh, Slidell. Okay.
I fish the Wrigley's, which is it's where Pontchartrain opens up to the Gulf of Mexico. So you get a little bit more salinity in the water, a little bit better with redfish, trout, things like that. So
hopefully one day I'm attending, because there's nothing better than fishing right there in the Gulf.
Anytime.
Okay, last one. You're doing great, Mike. Now, I wasn't really aware of these two artists coming from your now home state of Louisiana. But I do have to ask you, Trace Atkins or Hank Jr.?
Well, Trace has got some good songs. He's got that one song, Semper Fi. He does a lot for the troops. Mm-hmm. But I think if you have to look at the total body of work, I'm going to have to go with Hank Jr. and the way he brings in the influences of the Louisiana and the Cajun type music. Mixed in with the country and the rock and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to have to go with Hank.
Well, it's definitely a hard choice, but I hate to put two against each other, but Hank Jr. is just legendary. So, hey, yeah. Mike, you did great, but this is now on you. Let us know, as an audience, how do we hear you, listen to you, how do we follow you?
So I think the easiest way would probably be just go to MikeCorrado.com, just MikeCorrado.com, because there it's got links to my Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, and all that kind of stuff. Over the years, I've put a lot of stuff on YouTube, videos or live stuff or whatever, and haven't always been able to get out and tour like a normal, musician or band would. That's probably the easiest way to see me. Playing with my friends or doing some solo acoustic stuff or just goofing around and making spaghetti and meatballs. So that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, you got some good videos in there.
Thanks.
Okay, now, is there anything upcoming? I know you being a busy dad. You got anything that you want to share before we let you go?
Yeah, I got a couple, since we're driving around Madisonville. I got a show next week at a place called T Rivers, which you can get there by boat or by car. Oh, wow. And it is right at the mouth of the Chafuncta River and Lake Pontchartrain. It is awesome. That is Friday, June 4th. We'll be out there doing our thing. With COVID kind of opening up and venues opening up, and now me getting established here in Louisiana, we're definitely they're going to be putting more shows on the books. So for now, I think the best thing to do would be just follow me on Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, and we'll post those dates.
Well, we definitely will. Make sure you follow this man. His YouTube, even his TikTok is entertaining. So we'll get on it, and I'll make sure they get on it. Mike, it's been a pleasure. And thank you, sir, for one, serving our country, but for everything that you and your fellow Marine Corps just have done. Definitely an honor to having you on our special here this weekend.
Thank you so much.
I gotta kick you out, but we're hoping we get a song before we do. Is that possible?
No, we can do that for sure.
Okay. You got a song in mind?
Well, I think since we're talking about Stand and it's Memorial Day weekend, I think I'll go ahead and do that one.
Okay. Well, you're doing all of us definitely a favor. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Well, some signed up first chance they could at 17. Had their mom sign the paper so they could leave. And on the bus ride out in town, the families gathering round to wave as they leave. And they come from the shores of Carolina, through the plains to the hills in California, with a hunger deep inside and a burning desire to be free. And they stand upon that wall, and they stand up for us soul. For the ones who come before, they stand. Now everyone wants to be the hero, but some don't want to pay that price. Living free comes easy, just ask those who sacrifice. As they stand for the chance to believe, oh, stand so you can be anything you want to be. Oh, they stand so our children can be free. Time to fold it and give it out on words they've never known. And so they stand up on a wall, and they've screamed. They stand up for a soul, and they've screamed. For the ones who gone before, they say prayers for those no longer with us, and the families who stand behind those who protect us. And as the bus rolls back to town, and everyone gathers round from those who stand.
All right, Mike, thank you so much. Stand. Definitely go see the video if you haven't. It's amazing. It's definitely a tribute to all who have served. Really, again, thank you again for your service, sir. And I just appreciate your time joining us today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you featuring that song, Stand. We shot that down at the Marine Corps base in Hawaii when I was stationed down there. And I got to use some pictures and videos from my time on deployments and my time in the service. So it's special to me, and hopefully it's special to your audience as well.
Well, it will be, and it's definitely special to us. So again, it goes a long way. If you need anything from us, you let us know, and I promise. I know we can't spend too much time in Madisonville, but you owe me. When you get that, you get a boil going, you better call us, and I'm driving down there.
I will. Come on with it.
All right. Well, hey, again, Mike, thanks for your time, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Bye.
This could be our lucky day. Oh yeah, you might take a picture, love, 'cause this could be our lucky day.